Yeah, well, obviously we started really well. That's been probably a focus of us this last week. We've been starting a little bit slow and behind the eight ball. Got out and then we got away from what we were doing in the second quarter, and we allowed run-outs, and New Zealand got their tails up. You know, any time that you get in front of a team like New Zealand, you know they're going to come back, and we weren't real prepared for that. So it's normally us doing the chasing to get back in, so it was kind of unfamiliar ground to us. So, and the same the third. I thought the third was outstanding, and then we got a little bit stagnant what we were trying to do offensively. And you know, we have a fumble, they come down here to three, or we miss a layup or miss a foul shot, they come back and score straight away. So it gives us that you know, that close game toughness that you need. And Jimmy made a hell of a play at the end. You know,
Talk us through it. Jermaine looked like he was cramping there at the end, and obviously it wasn't how you drew it up that last play.
No, yeah, Jermaine cramping that last 3 minutes is kind of things were going against us. You were missing foul shots, missing getting one of your best players cramping up. And look, he dribbled a hand off, and clock was winding down. Jimmy just had to get the shot up, and you know, he can tell you what he was thinking, but I was right behind. It looked pretty good for me, and looked fantastic when it went through the bottom of the net.
James, be honest, were you trying to bank that one in?
Yeah. No, it was fun. Nah, I just had to get it off in time because it was only 3 seconds when I caught the ball, so just turned around and let it go.
Did it look good out of the hands?
Yeah, it looked wonderful. I thought it was going to hit all net, but I think I threw it too strong and hit backboard.
Really relishing that late game situation. Obviously, last week as well, you guys trying to really step it up with the clutch. It seems like something a challenge you really keen to take on.
Yeah, I work hard each and every day to better myself and actually be that player that hits clutch shots. And by the hard work and the focus I'm doing, I'm just thankful for getting the win tonight. And our teammates played wonderful. We all played our hardest, and we got the W.
Trevor spoke about you mentioned the foul shots. Almost came back to haunt you tonight. Is that going to be a focus this week?
Yeah, we got to close that out a little bit. You know, I think when we shoot 68%, you know, we left 10 there. We should be able to get, you know, 4 or 5 more of those to get up to shoot in the 70s and 80s. We're a good enough shooting team that we should shoot higher. But you know, you got to take those opportunities when it comes, and don't give the other team a chance to get back in, because it's virtually a turnover. If you miss 2 foul shots, it's a turnover.
Last week in the last team, I think you guys were up by 9 at one stage before it went to overtime. Tonight you're up by double figures in the last team. Is that a bit of a concern, the execution as the game went on?
Yeah, look, I think we got tired. It looked like we got tired and stagnant. We weren't sharp like we were in the first quarter, and we'll go through that process with the review. And we have to rotate a little bit heavier than we did, but I thought we kind of got bogged down, and that's New Zealand. New Zealand do that physical game, and I thought they did that to get back in. They played at their pace, and it wasn't really our pace that we wanted to play at.
Is there an element there needing to be more ruthless to sort of kill the game off?
I think it's the element of we're still a young team. You know, we've played 12 games now, so we've played against a team that have been playing together for 5 years, won 3 championships in a row. They know each other pretty well. This team is still young and still developing, and we've got to go through that to learn and get better.
Obviously, James and Jermaine have come up real big for you tonight and last week. Is there any danger of an over-reliance on those 2 guys, or are you pretty happy with the spread?
No, as long as the ball moves. You know, I think James was pretty good there. We got in the ball right, and the same with Jermaine. Jermaine was on fire from the 3-point line, and we had some good assist work to get the ball to him at the right time. And, you know, a couple in transition. He was pretty spot on from the 3 tonight.
Talk us through Jermaine's game, particularly in that first half, who really gave you guys a massive win.
Yeah, he's probably been sitting back a little bit in that first quarter, but I felt tonight he came out really aggressive and, you know, hit, I think, 2 threes in transition, and probably hit 3 for that first quarter. Look, once he gets his eye in, he's pretty deadly.
Matty's game tonight, how'd you assess it? He missed that lap, I think, with about 2 or 3 minutes to go, but other than that, he was pretty solid.
I thought it was, yeah. You know, he'd only shot 40% from the field, but that'll come with getting confident. But you know, we ran a couple of plays for him to get the ball and that's the start. What we see, of Matty getting back to normal. So I think he'll keep improving every game.
Was there anything you learned about New Zealand that you didn't know already coming into tonight? I mean, Wilkinson, that's the first time you guys have had a look at him.
No, look, I coached against him a couple of years ago, so we know his personnel. But yeah, it's they've probably had a tough start. They've won the last couple, New Zealand, but we know they're going to come. They're not a team that's going to roll over once you get up and you win by 20. They're going to keep coming, and that's why they won 3 championships in a row, and that's the respect we have for them. And we've got to make some adjustments and get ready to go again next Friday night against them.
How's Jermaine feeling now? Is he all right?
Oh, he's sitting down on his bum and getting legs rubbed. Last 3 minutes. Look, we had to get him out. He couldn't. I probably shouldn't have put him in that last play, but look, he wants to play. The competitor wants to play at the crunch time. That's you don't get a shot at that for another week. That crunch time. So, he willed himself to get out there when he was physically struggling.
James, just taking you back to the first quarter, that dunk he did, that particularly special one. Was that just came into your mind as you saw yourself break?
Yeah, I wanted to do that dunk since I was JC, and I played 2K a lot. And on fast breaks, I throw it off the backboard, and I seen the open court, and I just wanted to try it, and it was successful.
Trevor, what are you thinking when James lobs it up off the back?
I thought, what the hell are you doing? But I can't. As long as if he had missed it, he would have got the biggest coat hanger.
Yeah,
I would have ripped him straight off the court. But look, it's all fun when it goes in. It's fantastic for the crowd out there tonight. The support, and the crowd see some of the stuff, the athleticism and the shooting. Hopefully they go away and they want to come back and support us, because we certainly get a feel with James's dunk. The crowd just goes to another level, and that gives the guys the energy on the court to really go on a roll. And as long as he can do it more, and we
One player, we have a good team, and everybody can score on our team, so they're going to have to stop our whole team.
Was there any extra feeling out there tonight at all? I know it's a big rivalry, but there seemed to be a lot of tight calls with the refs and a few standouts and stuff like that. Was there any?
It got a little physical towards the end. I could see Sean, myself, and I guess, I don't know, because it's a rivalry game, and it's very competitive, and just emotions got into it, but it turned out good.